Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. We want to first get out, actually introduce everybody that's come together here. You see the plant manager here from Exxon, which we've been working with from the get-go on this, Jason Duncan. My name's Natasha Barrett. I'm the City of Baytown Public Information Officer, and we're working together with Exxon to bring information to all of you. First and foremost, we realize that people who live here in Baytown and our surrounding communities are worried. You're concerned. This has happened before in this general area, not with Exxon, but with another plant. We understand that, and we've been working hour after hour to check on things, to monitor air quality. And we are here to tell you what's going on, what is out there, what is in the air. So let me first introduce everybody else that's here, and then Jason's going to take the helm and talk to you about what is happening at the plant. To my left over here is our fire chief from the City of Baytown, Kenneth Dobson. To his left, Laura Alvarado. She's a city council member from the City of Baytown. We'll all be speaking, answering your questions entirely, and then Laura, who's also a Spanish speaker, is going to be helping the Spanish stations with answering any questions they may have. So right now, I just want to say, this all began about 11:07 this morning. Our City of Baytown Emergency Operations Center was activated. So what does that mean? That means all the experts, the officials here in the city came together and started communication to figure out what was going on, what needed to be on the ground with Exxon fire teams to assure that everyone is okay, and if anybody needed any treatment, they would be okay. As a city, the City of Baytown, through our social media platforms and through phone calls, our swift reach system, we called all our citizens and let them know about a precautionary shelter in place. That was about 11:17, and we've told people that that shelter in place is still going on just to be on the safe side. I know a lot of people are worried about what they're breathing, and we're going to get to that right now. We had outdoor warning sirens that were activated about at 11:20, right, Jason?
Yep, 11:20.
And Baytown Fire has been on the scene to help with anything that you guys at Exxon need. So right now, I'm going to give the floor over to Jason so he can talk about what's happening at his plant. Jason?
Yeah, thanks, Natasha. My name is Jason Duncan. I'm with EXXONMOBIL. I work for EXXONMOBIL, the Baytown Olefins plant manager here. So, as Natasha said, let me just go into. I know there's a lot of concern in the community for the fire that we're currently addressing. I do want to take this opportunity to be very clear and transparent about what is happening out at the site. And so, with that, I'm going to give you some information from a statement that I have prepared. So, in response to an explosion and fire at the EXXONMOBIL Baytown Olefins plant, our emergency response teams are in the process of executing our response plans to ensure people in our community and our facilities are safe. And let me just reiterate, it is our #1 priority to protect the people in the community and the people that work for us at EXXONMOBIL. The process unit affected by the fire processes is a light hydrocarbon mixture of propane and propylene. We're working right now to shut down the units so that we can isolate the source of the fire. Off-site care is being provided for 37 people with non-life-threatening injuries, all minor in nature. We continue to conduct air monitoring along our fence line and have seen no adverse environmental effects. Out of abundance of caution, as Natasha said, the City of Baytown advised our local community to shelter in place while we isolate the source of the fire and extinguish the fire. At EXXONMOBIL, our top priority continues to be caring for our people in our community, in the facilities which we operate. We're also committed to continue communication with our regulatory agencies, working very collaboratively with the City of Baytown and the other agencies, as well as to make sure, that we get the fire out, which we're working very diligently to do, and continue to protect our people and the community. So, with that, I'll take any questions.
The injured people you're talking about, what kind of injuries are you describing?
Minor burns, first degree, the reports I have. And again, keep in mind it's early at this point, but non-life threatening, we can confirm that. Minor burns, first degree type burns.
We do. Problem, any upper respiratory problem?
That has not been reported to me.
And what is that unit that is burning right now? What's it called?
That unit is called our propylene recovery unit.
Right.
And it's an area of the plant where we take propylene and we purify it for further production.
When did you all notice something was wrong there? What happened?
When the incident occurred. So as far as do we know what happened, we did have a loss of containment, and we did have a fire and explosion. We do not know what the cause of that incident is, but I can tell you we're going to work diligently to figure it out, right? So it doesn't happen again. Apply the learnings. We're going to share them with our industry, right, to make sure it doesn't happen at another site.
Jason, does
Yes,
loss
sir.
of containment mean that you had product that got out of the?
Yes, sir. Loss of containment means I lose containment of our hydrocarbon outside of a pipe or a vessel.
Do you know how many people were working there at that time?
No, sir, I can't confirm that. I can confirm that we do have 100% accountability of our people. And I talked about those that were getting the medical treatments.
Were there any
Duncan?
explosions at the time of the fire? Explosions? Or-
Yes, there was. There was a reported explosion. Yes,
So,
sir.
just going back, it's 37 people with minor injuries?
Minor injuries, non-life threatening.
And are those mostly burns, or we're talking about other things?
I don't have the details, sir. It's early yet for me to
Mr.
have.
Duncan?
Yes, sir.
Has the refinery had to cut back because the propylene unit can't take feed from it? Has production at the refinery had to cut back?
Yeah, I can tell you, it's our priority to make sure that we maintain stable operations, obviously to protect the community and the people that we work. Our systems that you see, our safety systems activated as designed, and we have a very integrated incident command structure that we utilize across our plants in the complex to make sure all that is managed safely.
So has production been
Yep.
reduced at the refinery?
I can't
Because feed can't go to the propylene unit?
yeah, right now I can't address the specific reductions that we're taking.
Okay,
Um,
but there are
'cause
reductions?
no. What I meant to say is I'm not aware of the reductions. Right now, our priority is the safety of the people in the communities in which we work. It's not on the production of the facility.
And if I could say, one thing we do want to communicate to everyone watching is the safety right now. So let's go
Absolutely.
over that.
Absolutely.
Air quality, people see the black smoke, and of course they're worried. So if we could talk about that and what they're breathing and what you found through air quality monitoring right
Yeah,
now.
Natasha. Yes. So right now, what is on fire, as I mentioned in my statement, is propane and propylene mixture. It's a light hydrocarbon mixture. There has been non-detectable quantities. We've seen no adverse impact to the environment based on the defense line monitoring and the monitoring in the community that we've done, working collaboratively with.
And that's going to be ongoing throughout the day.
We'll
and
continue to
further.
do that.
And that's
Continue
not
to make
just
sure it's
your
safe.
monitoring.
No, the monitoring is going, but the city of Baytown is doing monitoring, Harris County is doing monitoring, and EXXONMOBIL.
As well as our fence line. Yes, sir.
State's in there somewhere too, aren't they?
Oh, they're always checking in with us, that's for sure, and we're
No,
checking
they're
in with them.
monitoring the air.
Of course.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay.
An employee gave us a call and said something about a possible radiation leak caused by the fire. Can you verify that?
No, we can confirm a no radiation leak. What you're likely referring to is that we do have some radiation trucks, right, that are used to inspect our equipment. They're over 300 feet away from where the fire is occurring, and right now there's no concern that we have of any radiation issues.
Hospitals, how many of them are of the 37 are in the hospitals right now, and which ones?
The latest update I have is 0.
So no one's in the hospital?
Nobody.
Do you have any idea how much longer this is going to burn?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, our focus is on obviously isolating the unit, which we have done, right? What you see now is residual hydrocarbon burning from the unit. We have the area contained, and we have the firefighters our highly trained firefighters are actually doing a great job with containing the fire. I can only speculate how much longer it will be, but just from the visual, you can see that the fire is starting to
Is the fire under control? Is it under control?
What's that, can you say that
Is
again?
the fire under control?
I would say we have the fire isolated and contained right now, and we continue to work to make sure, one, the safety of the community, the safety of our firefighters, right, and our people, which we all have 100% accountability now.
And Mark, you were gonna ask, sorry, 1 second.
It sounds like you have released some of your workers for the day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What kind of steps are being taken to protect the workers in the other parts of the facility? And is there any
Yes, sir.
risk to them at this
Yeah,
point.
yes, sir, I understand the concern. So what we have done is, again, once we get accountability within our incident command structure, and again, we're working collaboratively with all the sites in the area, right? Then we took a decision to start to release non-essential personnel so they could go home. That's the decision we took.
How
to
many
do.
people were evacuated that you know of?
Evacuated. So when the incident occurred, our emergency procedures in our incident command structure would have those folks go to a evacuation assembly area so we could expedite a head count and understand that we had full accountability. We perform those activities, but day in and day out at the site that we operate, it's 500 or so people that I have at the site.
Jason,
Yes, sir.
where did you say the injured, the 37 injured are right now?
They have been taken to one of our off-site medical providers. I don't have the specific information right now of which one they are.
What does that mean exactly? To a clinic? Doctor's
Yeah,
office?
it's more of a clinic. It's not a hospital. It's not a hospital.
Is it something that's owned by Exxon?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
And
Well,
is
what
this-
is it then? Where are they? What's the name of it?
They're at our off-site occupational. Ours, the one we typically use in our day in day out business. It's I don't have the name
You
to be
don't know
honest.
whose that is? You
It's
don't know?
OcuCare. I don't have the name.
And
I don't
then
have the name.
this was as a request from the employees, or they were told to go there and that's it?
No. So part of the accountability in the assembly area, what we always do is ask our employees to report any kind of adverse impacts and effects that they had. Once we reported that, then we got them care immediately, which is what we do. We care for our people.
So, kind of back to the part, we're waiting for that product basically to burn out. They can't put it out immediately, they just have to let it burn.
Yeah, I would say they're working as hard as they can to get the fire put out. Obviously, we apologize for the disruption in the community. We're working to do that. I have very, very highly qualified firefighters that are running that business there. The unit, they have gotten isolation on the unit, right? But there are some limitations as far as how quick we
So-
can get it out based on protecting the people that are addressing the fire.
So is the strategy to let it burn out or to put it out?
Well, the strategy is to put it out,
Okay.
but we have it isolated, so.
And this is for the city of Baytown. How many units, firefighters are fighting this right now?
Well, Chief, can you answer that for us?
And while he's coming up, are you putting water on that? What are you fighting? Fire?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Water.
Chief, go ahead. And the question was, how many of your units are fighting this fire? I know we've had several on standby, as we do in any kind of situation with Exxon, but if you could please go ahead.
So the city of Baytown provides support for Exxon. Exxon uses their own firefighters at the scene. We come in for medical response or any other type of support we can provide. The city of Baytown had 3 ambulances, 2 engines, and a hazmat vehicle, and 2 command vehicles there in support of it.
And we want to reiterate through our partnership here that you can rely on our social media platforms and of course through all of you communicating to everyone who lives here in the surrounding area the updates. We'll continue to put it on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook about the shelter in place, which does, out of caution right now for everybody, remain in place. And once there are any changes, we'll put it on there and of course get the word out to you guys. Right now we're going to bring up our council member, Laura Alvarado, who's going to be able to reiterate some of the key points to our Spanish language viewers. So this once again is Laura Alvarado.